Hey there, my YouTube friends. Do you all know the story of Malala Yousafzai, a Reverend John F. Hudson, the senior pastor of the Pilgrim Church, United Church of Christ in Sherborne, wrote an article on this young lady. And he writes, if you don't yet know the story of 15-year-old Pakistani schoolgirl, Malala Yousafzai, you should. Everyone in our world should. If you care at all about human rights and dignity, get to know this incredibly courageous young woman. Her dream was and is the dream of many children and youth in our world, to be able to go to school and learn. But for the desire and for her very public advocacy of this hope for all the girls and young women of Pakistan, Malala was shot point blank in the head by a Taliban assassin a week ago last Tuesday. As I write this column, she lies in a hospital bed in Great Britain, breathing through a ventilator and clinging to life. Malala's public story began in her hometown of Mingora in the Swat district of Pakistan. For years, Swat has been the focus of radical Islamic fundamentalist Taliban insurgents who seek to impose harsh religious laws upon the populace, including a total ban on the education of girls and women. The Taliban has already blown up and destroyed hundreds of schools for girls and women across the nation. In 2009, Malala became a very visible target for her outspoken and thoughtful opposition to this policy. While her neighbors and fellow Pakistanis often turned a blind eye to the Taliban, or even agree with their warped religious views, not Malala. She spoke right up. She wrote a very public blog for the British broadcasting system and was the subject of a New York Times documentary on her life and work, and all at just 11 years of age. As Malala blogged, I had a terrible dream yesterday with military helicopters and the Taliban. I have had such dreams since the launch of the military operation in Swat. My mother made me breakfast and I went off to school. I was afraid going to school because the Taliban had issued an edict banning all girls from attending school. Only 11 students attended the class out of 27, and on my way from school to home, I heard a man saying, "I will kill you." I hasted my pace, and after a while I looked back if the man was still coming behind me, but to my utter relief, he was talking on his mobile and must have been threatening someone else over the phone. Yet Malala's fears turned out to be all too true. Her public stature grew. Archbishop Desmond Tutu nominated her for an International Peace Prize. She became the chair of the District Child Assembly in Swat. The Taliban warned her and her family that she would be shot if she continued to go to school and to speak out. And so on. October 9th, as she and her classmates sat on a school bus, Taliban soldiers boarded the vehicle, put a gun to her head, and pulled the trigger. All because, in the words of one BBC editor, she was just the girl who wanted to go to school. Such brutality, cruelty, and evil leaves me almost speechless. What kind of army or human being or supposedly religious person or movement would assassinate a teenage girl all for the crime of trying to go to school? My friends, I'll leave a link for you in the description so that you can read the rest of this article about the bravery and courageousness of Malala. At the end of the article, Reverend John F. Hudson ends it by saying, "Pray for Malala." I'm asking all my friends, YouTube subscribers, to pray for Malala. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.
Thanks for watching Kingdom Knowledge News.